Hello, welcome to Maths Tuition Hub. In this video, we are covering Key Stage 2 SATs, Maths Paper 3, Reasoning Paper. These shapes have a fraction shaded, so we need to match them, the circles to squares. So one is done for us, and that is half has been shaded and 2/4 has been shaded on the other side. So the equivalent fraction to 2/4 is half, and the first one is a quarter and second one is 2/3, and next one is 3/5. So let's check other side, and this one 6 out of 10, so equivalent to 3/5. The next one is 4 part shaded out of 6 parts, and equivalent fraction is 2/3 for that. And the next step 2 out of 8, so that is a quarter is equivalent, so match quarter to 3/5 and 3/5, 2/3 and 2/3, and quarter and a quarter. Next one is temperature. In a freezer is minus 40 degrees, the temperature increases by 10 degrees. What is the new temperature? So let's draw negative number line, negative side of the number line from 0 to minus 40, minus 20, minus 30, minus 40. Now the temperature increases by 10 degrees. So we have to go to the right for the number line from minus 40. So minus 40, increase 10, so add 10, that will give us minus 30. So the new temperature is minus 30 degrees. Jack buys milk and orange juice from a shop. The milk is £1.45, orange juice is £2.40. He pays with a £5 note. How much change does Jack get? So let's see how much he spent first. So by adding £1.45 and £2.40, add them together to get how much he spent in a shop. So 5, 4 add 4 is 8, and need to put the decimal there. So 1 add 2 is 3. So that's £3.85, and he paid with £5 note. We need to find out how much change would he get after paying £3.85. So take away £3.85, £3.85, take away from £5. So we need to borrow from 5 here, 10, and borrow again to 0. That's 5, 1, and 1. So the remaining change is £1.15. The diameter of the moon is 3,476 kilometers. What is the diameter to the nearest 100 kilometers? So round this number to nearest hundreds. So 76 is more than 50, so we need to round up 4. We need to round up hundreds digit. So that will become 3,500. So that's 3,500 kilometers. So let's see matching the Roman numerals here to the normal numbers. So representation of Roman numerals: I is 1, V is 5, X is 10, L is 50, C is 100, D is 500, M is 1000. These are the representation of Roman numerals in different letters, and let's see now. So DXC. So D is 500, XC together now, because smaller number on the left side, that means you need to take away that number from the bigger number. So C is 100, 100 take away 10 is 90, that adds up to 590. Next one, DLXXI. D is 500, L is 50, X and X together, that is 20, and add 1, so that is 571. And the last one is MCX. So M is 1000 and C is 100, X is 10 together, that is 1110. Match each fraction to its equivalent simplified fraction. So we have fraction on one side and simplified fraction on the other side. So let's see how to simplify these fractions first and match with the simplified fraction. So to simplify, we need to check both numbers in the same times table. 12 and 20 are in 4 times table. If you divide by 4 each, that will give us 3/5. So match 3/5 on the other side. So next one is 12 and 15. Both are in 3 times table. That will give us 4/5 after dividing by 3. So match that one. Next 12 and 16. So you should not simplify like this with different numbers. You have to pick the same number to simplify both numbers in the fraction. So 12/16 is equivalent to 3/4. Okay, next one. Emma thinks of a number. She says, I multiply by 2 and add 11. I divide by 3. My answer is 9. What number did Emma think? So here we need to look for the inverse operations. So inverse for plus is minus, inverse for minus is plus, inverse for times is divide, inverse for divide is times. So we always start from the answer and we do inverse here. So inverse for divide is times. So I divide by 3, that means we times by 3, that is 27, and add 11, that means we take away 11, which is 16, and multiply by 2, that means we divide by 2, it will give us 8. So she started with 8. Let's see whether it is correct or not. Knowing that she started with 8, 8 times 2, 16, and add 11, which is 27, and divided by 3, that will give us 9. So the answer is 8 here. She started with the number 8. Here is the shape. Draw the shape after it is translated to 8 units to the right. So pick one of the vertex from the shape and 8 units to right. So count 8 squares on the graph on the grid, and that's 8. And we have the first point there, and we can do the same thing from all the vertices of the shape and find the new vertices, all the vertices of the shape, and join these vertices using ruler. So the translate the shape from one place to the other. So you can say that won't change any direction of the shape, and that won't change any size of the shape. So you just need to move the shape from one place to the other. So the size will be the same. That's the new translated shape from the original one. Okay, next we have a table of number of weeks and number of days. So from the table we can say 1 week has 7 days, 2 weeks. So we need to figure out how to find the number of days in 2 weeks. That is 2 times 7, 14 days. And 4 weeks, 28 days. That means 4 times 7 is 28. 28 days here. And now 6 weeks. 6 weeks is equal to 6 times 7, which is 42 days. 10 weeks. 10 times 7, 70 days. So for the next one we have 105 days, but we need to work out how many weeks are there in 105 days. So we need to divide 105 by 7. So do the short division method here using bus stop method. So 1 and the remainder 3, 35, that's 15 weeks. So 15 weeks, in 15 weeks there are 105 days. So what is the perimeter of the shape in millimeters? So perimeter means we have to find each length of the shape and add all of them together. So we have to use the ruler for this to measure each length of the shape, each length of the line in the shape. So the first line, measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.4 centimeters. That means 74 millimeters. So we need to write it in millimeters because we need answer in millimeters. So the next line, $40 millimeters. This one is 85 millimeters, and we measure the last line, BC line. So make sure you put the ruler properly. So that's 40 millimeters again. So now to find the perimeter, we need to add all these lengths together. 40, add 40, add 74, add 85. So 40 add 40 is 80, and add 74 to it, which is 154, and then add 85 to it, which is 239 millimeters. The perimeter is 239 millimeters. The next question, we have to measure the size of angle D. So we need to use the protractor. So the middle of the protractor should be on vertex D, and then bottom line of the protractor will be on A. So the subtraction, we need to find the missing digits. So if you add bottom two numbers in a subtraction, we'll get the top number. So let's add 5 add 3, 5 add 8 will give us 13, and 6 add 1 is 7. 7 is already there, so just write 0 in the missing number box, and then 3 add 2 to make 5, So the missing numbers are 3, 0 and 2. Now we will check whether it is correct. So power of 13 take away 5 is 8, and 6 take away 0 is 6, and 5 take away 3 is 2. That's correct. Okay, here are 4 fractions. Write the fractions in order starting with the least. So least one is first. So pick all the denominators are different. So write all the denominators and pick the common multiples between all these. So between 8, 5, 4 and 10, the multiple is 40. Common multiple is 40. So convert each fraction into the equivalent fractions of 40 in the denominator. Okay, 7/8 will be 35ths of 40, and 1/5 is equivalent to 8/40, and 3/4 is 30/40ths, and 8/10 is 32/40ths. So the least one is 8/40ths, so that is 1/5. And the second one is 30/40ths, that is 3/4. Third one is 32/40ths, and fourth one is 35/40ths. So write them in order: 1/5, 3/4, 8/10, and 7/8. There are 20 boxes on a truck. The boxes are in 4 different sizes. So 4 of these boxes, 6.5 kgs. We need to find the total mass of the 20 boxes. So 6.5 kg each, 4 of them. So 4 times 5 is 20, and 26, and then the point, so 26 kgs. And the next one is 8 boxes, 4 kg each, 4 times 8, which is 32 kgs. And next 6 boxes, 2.5 kgs each. So 2.5 times 6 is 30, and 15 point, so 15 kgs. And next one is 2 of these boxes, 13 each, so 13 times 2, which is 26 kgs. And now to find the total mass of 20 boxes, we have to add all these together. 26 add 32, add 15, add 26. So if you add them together, so if you are not confident, just to write them in column method and try adding them together like this. So 6 add 5 is 11, 11 add 2 is 13, 13 add 6 is 19. And now 2 add 1, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 99 kgs together. Okay, in this table we have a label and percentages, and using this data, draw 2 lines and write 3 labels to complete the pie chart. We have the pie chart for the same thing, and A covers 2 of these sections, so that is 20. A is 20%, 10% each of the sections, so that will give us 20. So we'll take 10% in each section. So now for C is 15%. So 5 here and 10, so that will be C, 15%. And now D is 30%, so take that covers 3 sections. So that's D. And E is just the 10%, so the leftover 10% for E. Next one is 35% of 680 people at school have a pet dog. 159 of the people who have pet dog are boys. How many people who have pet dogs are girls? So find 35% of 680 to figure out how many people at school have a pet dog. So 35% percent translates into over 100 and cancel 0 and 0. Now we need to do 35 times 68. So 8 times 4 40, 8 times 3 24, 4 28 and 0 30 and 18 add 3 21, add them together. So that's 2380. And now we have 10 in the denominator. We need to divide this by 10, cancel 0 and 0 there. So that comes as 230. So 35% of 680 is 238. Now we have 159 boys. So we need to work out how many girls are there from 238. So 238, that's the total who have pets, and take away 159 boys. That will give us the number of girls who have pets. 12 take away 5 is 7 and 0, that 79 girls have pets, pet dogs. Okay, next one is inequality with the fractions and decimals. So 3/5. So 0.7 is on the other side decimal. We convert 3/5 into decimal as well. That is 6/10, which is equivalent to 0.6. So 3/5 is equivalent to 0.6. So we need to figure out the number between 0.6 and 0.7. Any number, we can write any number between 0.6 and 0.7. So I'll take 0.65. So in the fraction format, 0.65 is 65 over 100. So I'll write 65. Basically, we can take any number between 0.6 and 0.7, starting from 0.61 over 100 to till 61 over 100 or 69 over 100. Tick the numbers that are factors of both 54 and 72. So if you need to check the number as a factor, that means when you divide by that number, you shouldn't get any remainder. So remainder will be 0. So 54 divided by 2 is 27. There is no remainder. So 2 is a factor of 54. And 72 divided by 2 is 36. 2 is also a factor of 72. So we can tick 2. And next check with 3. 54 divided by 3 is 18. No remainder. 72 divided by 3 is 24. There's no remainder. So 3 is also a factor for both 54 and 72. Now I'll check with 4. 54 divided by 4. So it goes 1, 3 and remainder 2. So 4 is not the factor of 54. So we can leave there. And let's check 8. So 54 divided by 8. So that will give us 6, remainder 6. So remainder is not 0, so 8 is not factor of 54. We can leave that. Now check with 9. 54 divided by 9 is 6 and 72 divided by 9 is 8. So 9 is factor for both 54 and 72. So 2, 3 and 9 are the factors for 54 and 72. Layla wants to buy a camera that costs 65 pounds. For the first 10 weeks, she saves 2 pounds each week, and then she saves 3 pounds each week. How many weeks altogether does it take Layla to save 65 pounds? Okay, the total cost is 65 pounds. But for the first 10 weeks, she saves only 2 pounds. So 10 times 2, that comes 20 pounds. She saved 20 pounds. She saved 20 pounds in first 10 weeks, and then she saves 3 pounds each week. So let's find out how many left after 10 weeks. So she needs 45 pounds after 10 weeks. So she is saving now 3 pounds each. So divide 45 by 3. As 15, that will take 15 weeks to save 45 pounds. So now how many weeks altogether? So first 10 weeks is 20 pounds, so 10 weeks there, and then 45 pounds in next 15 weeks, together 25 weeks. In 25 weeks we can save 65 pounds. Complete this division. So this is 12 times table. Start writing 12 times table. So 4 is smaller than 12, so we have to take 43. We need to look for 43. So the nearest and small number for 43 is 36. So that goes in 3's, and the remainder will be 7. So now we have 76. So we have 6 on the top, so 12 times 6 is 72. So 76 divided by 12 is 4. 72, 6 remainder 4. So 12 times 4 is 48, and add 1, we need to add remainder here. So 49, so 9 in the missing number box. So 3 and 9 are the missing numbers here. Here are 4 shapes on the grid. Write a letter of all the shapes that have only 2 acute angles. So acute angle is smaller than 90 degrees, less than 90 is the acute angle. So 90 degrees angle is the straight one, L shape, but smaller than that is a acute angle. So let's see how many acute angles in the shape A. 3 acute angles. So shape A has 3 acute angles. In shape B, 2 acute angles. And shape C has 2 acute angles. And shape D has 2 acute angles as well. So B, C, D, all the shapes have 2 acute angles in each. A band holds a concert for charity. The tickets cost £27 each. They sell 635 tickets. They pay 3,180 to use the hall. They give 1/3 of the remaining amount to the charity. How much money does the band give to the charity? So let's say they sold tickets for £25 each, and they sold 635 tickets at 25 each. Let's see how much they raised now through the tickets. So 7 times 5 35, 7 times 3 21, 21 add 3 is 24, 7 times 6 is 42, add 2 44 and 0, and 2 times 5 is 10, 2 times 3 is 6, add 1 is 7, 2 times 6 is 12, and add these two numbers together. That's 5, 4, 4 add 7 is 11, and 7, 1. So the 17,145 pounds. So they got 17,145 pounds by selling the tickets. And out of this one, they paid 3,180 to use the hall. So need to take away this amount. It's 5 and borrow from 1. 14 take away 8 is 6 and borrow from 7. 10 take away 1 is 9 and 6 take away 3 is 3 and 1. So that's 13,965 is the remaining amount. Out of this remaining amount, they give 1/3 to the charity. So we need to work out what is 1/3 of 13,965. That means we have to divide 13,965 by 3. So 3 times 4 is 12 and 1 remainder. 3 times 6 is 18, 1 remainder. 3 times 5 is 15, 1 remainder. And 3 times 5. So that's 4,655 pounds. So the charity got 4,655 pounds. Sarah makes jewelry using black and white beads. She uses the rule to work out how many black beads to use. So the rule is black equals white times 3, add 4. She uses 12 white beads to make a necklace. How many beads does she use? Black beads does she use? So the 12 white beads times 3 and add 4. So 12 times 3 is 36, add 4, that's 40. So 40 black beads are needed to make the necklace if she has 12 white beads. Now Sarah uses 25 black beads to make a bracelet. How many white beads does she use? So let's write the formula again. Black equals white times 3 plus 4. So now we have 25 black beads. 25 equals white times 3 plus 4. So now take away 4 from 25, that is 21. So 3 lots of white beads is 21. So white beads or one part of white beads are 21 divided by 3, which is 7. So 7 white beads are needed if she has 25 black beads. Next one, complete the table, name of the shape and number of faces. So the first one is cube. Let's draw the cube. So cube has one bottom face, one top face, and 2 sides, front and a back. So altogether 6 faces. Now pentagonal prism. So we have pentagon on both sides, top and the bottom of the shape, and then 5 faces around the shape. So let's draw that first. So top and the bottom 2 shapes, and then 5 faces all around. Because pentagonal pentagon has 5 sides, so you can see 5 faces around the pentagonal prism, and top and bottom that adds up to 7. Okay, triangular based pyramid. Now triangle and the pyramid vertices, all the vertices join at one point. So 3 of the faces around the shape and then 1 base, so that is 4. So now cube has 6 faces, pentagonal prism has 7 faces, triangular based prism has 4 faces. So half times 5/6 is greater than the value of third times 7/8. Explain how you know. Let's see how much we make with this. So if you times them together, we get 5 12s here. So third times 7/8 is equal to 7/24. So we need to make same denominator now. That is 10/24. The other one is 7/24. 10/24 is greater than 7/24. So from this we can say half times 5/6 is greater than the value of third times 7/8. So that's the end of the test. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to Math Tuition Hub.